Welcome to Swing Trade Workshop. So I am Ashok, and before we continue, the disclaimer is I am not a SEBI registered advisor, and please consult your professional financial advisor before any investment decisions. Rule stays the same. Then market watch for today. So today, basically, market was obviously you can see my portfolio is in red, means most of the stocks actually was hit. But how much did they hit? That is the matter of fact. So I do not worry too much because when you know that the sectors that you have chosen are brighter, then sooner or later they will recover. And this portfolio is all about the cash market stock. So why to worry? There is nothing to worry for future and option. No, yeah. Then where did I put my investments today? Yes, I bought. I bought in defense, basically in HAL, PTC industry, solar industry, data pattern, and LT, Larsen and Toubro. For your information, Larsen and Toubro also getting a lot of defense projects from government of India. So, so, so most of the cases, the companies who all are working in defense and working for the government, because on February 1st the budget announcement will happen. For that sentiment, they are going to at least not correct too much. So if you really observe today, they didn't impact too much, even if they got some fluctuation, but then they recovered back. You know, minor 1 or 2% is never considered a correction actually. Okay, so that is why defense I was feeling like a safe bet and put a bit of extra money today in defense. After that, nuclear energy, MTAR Tech, you already know that from last, I think 2 days ago, I had a video that MTAR Tech is importing a lot of a good amount of nuclear equipments, for the energy generation. So this is a positive news. So probably, and looks like in budget also some announcement will be happening on this regard. So MTAR Tech, I'm also quite positive. Then this time I bought a bit of tire stocks because I was waiting for a correction, and I felt today that correction was good. And C8 and JK tire I actually took small portions, and the JK tire looks very bullish. So probably it may give a quick breakout or already in a breakout. Then I exited from small cap stocks basically. So Arthur Energy I exited because usually in this kind of market uncertainties, small cap stocks actually they fluctuate a lot. So maybe in a hope of getting in a discounted price, so I exited. And if market sentiment gets better, then maybe I'll re-enter. So nothing to worry about. So my investment visualized page looks like this, and I hope you will also put some comments about how is your portfolio. Then food for thought. So okay, so today why market crashed? Because of mostly because of two reasons. That possibility that 500% tariff will be imposed to India, and US exited from few of the UN groupings or alliances. So one of them is International Solar Alliance. So maybe because of this weak sentiment from all sectors, I mean small cap to large cap, all sectors actually stocks corrected. But then question comes, does this makes any sense? You know, so let's discuss about what exactly US planning to. So US want that the countries who all are basically finding workarounds to buy crude oil for their energy needs, not using USD, is like a loophole for them, for USA to control. Meaning USA is not able to control those countries who are able to buy crude oil without USD, because they want to create a uh, trap, meaning they will make sure every country buys crude oil using USD, and then after that to buy crude when you need USD, you have to sell something to USA to get those USD. And when you sell something to USA, they will put you tariff. Meaning you have to follow their rules, meaning they have to sell to your market and you will sell to their market. There should be a good arrangement, cordial arrangement agreement, so that both markets get benefited. Only then you get the dollars, meaning you are forced to go for a good deal with USA. That's their trap. But why India doesn't care or why China doesn't care? Because they are finding ways to buy crude oil in rupee or rupee ruble, those are alliances, or China's where, yuan, RMB basically is used for buying the crude oil. So it's in a workaround for which now slowly they are not too much dependent. Even when USD is correcting a lot or getting stronger also, but the countries like India slowly do not care actually. If you see, RBI doesn't care this time when USD is getting stronger. Even our finance minister many times gave the statement, USD is stronger, India other currencies are whatever, meaning it clearly shows like we are not too much bothered about it, because we have other ways to handle our difficulties. Rest all, we have a big personal big market, consumer market. We are also self-sufficient in basic necessities like food, technology, all these basic things we are already capable. So why to worry? You know, why will we looking into big dreams and then wasting our money, rather than we focus on our and developing our own lifestyle, own infrastructure, and then own innovation. So because of that, India, sorry, US is not able to control India, neither able to control China. So this is a strategy they are actually putting. Now what happened basically, now they are saying they will put tariff in a such a way that India cannot buy Russian oil and China as well. But do you think uh, it will have an impact? I don't think so. Why? Because whatever he wanted to do, they have already tried it out. Now you put 50%, 500%. How is that making difference to anything? You know, when there is no competitive advantage, other countries are getting benefited, right? Now, other countries are Vietnam, all those Southeast Asian countries are actually doing well in basically selling those food product and all that India used to sell, and then garments, those all things actually basically they are able to do well. Now putting 500 in place of 50, it doesn't make any difference when we are not able to sell anything good. What is the point? So at least for me it doesn't make any difference. So it's just a drama. But ultimately they will realize, because currently, because they did a very powerful job, hijacked somebody, and that is why they are looking very much confident. But very soon when they start to realize that nobody cares, then they will also come back to the table to again start the discussion. So that is what my feelings are, that this chaos will stay for 1 week, and after that, slowly, what will happen? US will be tired of interfering with so many matters. If you really list out how many external affairs matters now the US is now dealing with: Venezuela, Iran, Russia, Ukraine, and then Middle East with Israel, China already a threat. Many times China is going and threatening the Taiwan, this one. So and Japan is already making statements. So all these actually are all the headaches for USA. So very soon they will start to realize that what's going on, why we are creating so many threats that we are not able to sorting them out. And then after that only some internal realization will happen. But now next point is, what will be the impact to China? Will China be giving and taking anything seriously? I don't think so as well, because China has their own control. So that means they are already self-sufficient in energy production. There's EVs and all, most of their energy is already through electricity, so the renewables and all. So and then the rest they are able to manage from Iran. Russia is actually their border country. Maybe they will build pipelines further and expand the pipeline and get more energy then, so that nobody knows actually how much China is really importing from Russia. So all that actually China already has everything in place, so they don't care. Impact will be to India. I mean, but then what will be the impact? Impact is just a pressure will be there for India. But then if you really understand, let's say give another 2 months. In 2 months, what will happen? There will be plenty of energy and or the petrol or the crude oil, plenty of crude oil, and nobody is buying because nobody needs so much of oil. India will be the only country who is going to buy so much of oil. So the oil is going to be drastically cheap if Venezuela oil is actually getting into market in huge production, because currently Venezuela oil is there, but the production was very low. But as soon as US mercenaries will get into it, they will continue. They will really milk out actually everything in a super fast speed. They have their efficient tool and technology to get out take out so much of oil, but then it will flood in the market and energy price will be significantly low. And then who will be benefited? India will be benefited. So what I'm saying, certain issues unnecessarily market reacting, but so be it. Observe, target your area where you want to buy discounted prices. This is why where in beer actually you get you can make more money actually when you're in when the beer phase goes on. So target your good stocks and then buy them. Moving ahead, Russia will be worried about it. I think okay, maybe because they are now catching those dark fleets and all that, so Russia will be in difficulty to sell crude oil to other countries. Again, I don't think so. Why? Because Russia has nuclear weapons. They have their master stroke. Anytime anyone makes too much of noise, they know. See, from last 3 years, 4 years, why they are able to survive with fighting with Ukraine? Because of simple, they have so much of nuclear equipment that they can kill the entire world around 3 4 times. so so ultimately they will somehow sell it. Yeah, they will sell in a discounted price, but for the time being, the damage will be huge for Ukraine going ahead actually. So is there any opportunity? Obviously there is opportunity. So I am looking into at least defense area, especially where government is actually supporting, because all the governments, not only India, most of the most of the countries basically would be more worried to self-sufficient in defense. At least they should have some amount of weapons so that preliminary level of fighting, or at least detection, drones, all those basic things definitely they are going to buy. So drone technology will be very famous, and defense is going to be doing well this year. This is what I feel. Not immediately, wait for 1 or 2 years, sorry, 2 months, then maybe the real scene will come out. So that's all for today, and hope you like my assessment, and if so, please support and motivate me. Like and subscribe, share if anybody is staying fit to this kind of contents, and thank you for your time.